Hi, I'm Non from My Authentic Style, and this channel is dedicated to helping you find your authentic style. In this video, I'll be discussing the Ingénue essence, what it is, how it can be expressed, and how to tell if you have it. First, however, I think it's important to fully understand just what a style essence is. Please note, in my body type analyses, I use the Kibbe system of typing. For these style analyses, I'll be using both the Kibbe and the Kitchener systems. I'm adding the Kitchener as I find it's more comprehensive and intuitive, and I've had no issues with using the two together. In fact, I find that they complement each other. A style essence is different from a body type. The body type is based on a person's body geometry, and identifying it helps a person to know their best clothing lines and styles so that they always look their best. A style essence is less tangible. It's based on a person's embodiment and personal expression, and identifying it helps a person know their inner stylistic character so that they always look like themselves or harmonious. Essence, by virtue of how intangible it is difficult to describe. Like class and grace, it's difficult to pinpoint, but you know it when you see it, and it's glaringly obvious when it's missing. A person dressed in a way that captures their essence looks wonderfully complete, and they animate the look, meaning they bring it to life. On the other hand, even in lines that perfectly match their body type, a person who doesn't dress for their essence will look dull and incomplete. Let's consider an example. Laura Harrier is unverified, but with her yang dominant bone structure and height of 5'9", she is likely a flamboyant natural. I think she has width and bluntness to her structure, so I don't think she's a dramatic. Regardless of her body type, she has a clear and dominant ingenue essence. The looks in these images fall into different body type recommendations. But what they all have in common is that they don't bring Laura to life, as they don't cater to her ingenue essence at all. The first and last looks have flamboyant natural elements because of the long vertical lines, the loose fitting, the flowy silhouettes. The first look to the left leans more romantic because of the draping, the chest cutout, and the sexy detailing. The middle look leans classic because of the clean lines, simple silhouette, and polished styling. The essences she seems to channel in each look are romantic, classic, and natural, respectively. The issue is that none of these is her essence, and as a result, each of these looks falls flat, even though she looks good. She just doesn't come alive in them. This is Laura Harrier at her best. She looks absolutely stunning here, and this entire look is animated. It's alive because she brings it to life. Her ingenue essence shines through, and she looks like a beautiful princess. The head to toe pink look, complete with a large skirt and billow sleeves, creates a Disney princess vibe that could easily swallow up a different wearer. But not Laura. She simply looks beautiful. Her youth and innocence, key traits of the ingenue essence, shine through, and she looks at home and harmonious. So, what things communicate essence? Essence is elusive, so it's difficult to pinpoint exactly what individual element created. In truth, it's probably a combination of all of them: the style of clothing, the color palette, the hair and makeup, and the choice of accessories. However, some of these are more fixed than others. For example, the style of clothing is dictated by a person's body type, and the color palette is likely dictated by their color season. So the elements that are left to play with to create or highlight the desired essence are hair, makeup, and the choice of accessories. I call these packaging or tangibles. These tangible elements are the things that anyone can manipulate to recreate a representation of a particular essence. On the right person, it'll come to life and look beautifully natural. On the wrong person, even if it looks beautiful, it will look like a costume. Hair. Hair is communicative. Whether it's tied or loose, sleek or voluminous, polished or unkempt, all of these variations create a different vibe for the person wearing them. Some styles will be more them than others, meaning that some styles will capture their essence better than others. Makeup. Similarly to hair, makeup is a very communicative element of any ensemble. Whether bold or subtle, sharp or blurred, bright or subdued, can create a harmonious look that highlights someone's beauty and essence or one that clashes with it. Accessories. Accessories are fun and dynamic, and they allow for the ultimate expression of a person's essence because of all the options that are available. Not only do they complete a look by stylistically tying it all together, but the shapes, colors, textures, edges, and details of each piece can be used to communicate the essence of the wearer. The second category I call embodiment or intangibles. These intangible elements are the crux of an essence. These pieces come together to animate the packaging, which we just discussed, of a person's embodiment, which is really what we're judging when we talk about their essence. Movement. One way that a person's embodiment of their essence can manifest is in how they generally move, how they pick up and put things down, how they hold them, how they walk, etc. Certain people can be described as gentle, graceful, and poised. This is a particular embodiment. Other people can be described as fun, energetic, and even strong. This is a completely different embodiment. Speech. How a person talks can reveal a lot about them, and particular ways of speaking lend themselves to certain essences. For example, a person can be bold and direct in how they communicate. This is a powerful and perhaps even dominant essence. Or, a person can be light-hearted and almost frivolous in how they communicate. This is a soft and perhaps even flirty essence. And finally, demeanor. A demeanor is all encompassing, but it can also be clearly worn on a person's face, and it's how that person is perceived by most people. This is how a person generally outwardly presents. Some people are intimidating and intense, like this picture of Meryl Streep um, in The Devil Wears Prada. In the character she played, I believe she was embodying the essence of Anna Wintour, which is a very strong, dominant character that people generally fear. Others can be warm and welcoming. Some are mischievous, some are pure and innocent, some are alluring. This picture in the middle is more sexy and alluring, and this picture to the right captures more of a youthful and innocent essence. I'm purposely putting this here so that we can all remember that an essence can't be boiled down to a formula. The truly animating part, that thing that brings a person's essence to life, is not something that I can pinpoint and describe. It's the ever elusive muse. It just is. Some people are just a certain way and other people aren't. You either have a particular essence or you don't. If you do, then embodying that essence and allowing it to shine through will make you your most beautiful because it'll make you your most natural, truest self. If you don't have a particular essence, pretending to have it and trying to embody it will make you your least beautiful because it'll be a cheap imitation of someone else. So, to tie it all up, even with everything I've described, there is that particular indescribable magic that we each possess, and you just either have it or you don't have it with regards to a particular essence. There are no good essences or bad essences. There's just what's yours and what isn't. Beauty is simply being true to yourself. So, what is the ingenue essence? The ingenue essence can be described as the most delicate embodiment of femininity. It is sweet, youthful, and innocent. There is no consideration for the ingenue essence in the Kibbe world. David Kibbe seemed to feel it wasn't substantial or differentiated enough to be its own essence. I believe the closest body type essences that could help us understand this essence in Kibbe is a combination of gamine because of the fun and compactness of the stature and details, and the romantic because of the yin dominant styling. So think of delicate trims and rounded shapes. So for this essence, we are working purely with Kitchener, who describes the essence as decorative small scale yin. Collectively, this is made up of designs and fabrics that evoke a sense of cuteness. The elements, meaning the patterns and details, are small and delicate, the colors are soft and pastel, and the fabrics are soft and cozy. Using the criteria set above, the ingenue essence can be distilled as follows. Hair. Ingenue hair is soft, natural, and ornate. It's bouncy, if the hair does have some texture to it. It's touchable, and above all, it's cute. What adds to this cuteness outside of the natural texture is the styling. Styling is very important for ingenue hair. Cuteness can be achieved by pastel coloring, girly accessories, and hairstyles. Think of pigtails, braids, and ponytails. This kind of detailing will easily look childish on someone who lacks this essence, but it will look beautiful on someone who has it. So be careful when experimenting. Makeup. Ingenue makeup is soft, delicate, and youthful. Its cornerstone is elements that communicate youth, like rosy cheeks, think of a child getting flushed after playing outside, a soft lip, and blurred lines. There are no sharp or harsh lines. Everything gently blends together as though it were painted. Pastel colors are great for this essence as well as any playful details. Accessories. Ingenue ex- accessories are small, cute, colorful, and playful. The colors and patterns are the easiest way to achieve this. Think of cute flowers like daisies, but make sure to stay away from mature and sensual flowers like roses, as they carry a more romantic essence. Ultimately, the vibe that this essence aims to create is whimsical and playful. If a little girl would be drawn to it, then it likely embodies an ingenue essence. In current fashion terms, cottagecore is very much aligned with the ingenue essence. Movement. Ingenue essence movement is soft and delicate. It's innocent and playful and whimsical. On a different essence woman, this sort of movement may appear childish, but it harmonizes with the ingenue essence woman. For example, I can picture Marilyn Monroe doing a cartwheel, surrounded by bubbles, and the image is very cute and natural in my mind. But I can't imagine Naomi Campbell doing the same thing with the same effect. It's not cute and natural when I picture Naomi doing it, it's rather awkward and confusing. This is because Marilyn Monroe has an ingenue essence as well as a romantic essence, and Naomi Campbell has a dramatic essence, which is intense and serious. On the negative side, purely ingenue essence women may struggle to embody more grown movements, particularly sexy movements. For them, trying to act sexy can come off awkward because it gives the impression of a child playing grown up and it almost feels inappropriate. Similarly, when they wear overtly sexy clothes, it has the same effect. They're actually their sexiest when they honor their youthful essence. Speech. Ingenue essence speech is sweet and playful. It's innocent and free of any ulterior motive or hidden meaning. It's light and airy and incredibly refreshing. These are the women that people naturally clean up their language around out of a sense of not wanting to corrupt them because they come across as pure. Likewise, people may avoid any heavy and troubling topics around these women because they don't want to burden them with their weight. Demeanor. The ingenue demeanor is sweet and gentle. It's shy and delicate. These women give the impression of being playful, but in a way that almost asks for permission. There is a timidness to their general vibe. This is because this essence lacks intensity, so their embodiment lacks a sense of power. This creates in other people a desire to protect these women. On the negative side, this desire to protect ingenue essence women may leave them in a bubble they didn't ask to be put in. They may feel talked down to or as if people are condescending toward them and don't take them seriously because they won't treat them like adults who can handle all the harsh realities of life. What sort of woman does this create? All of these elements combine to create a woman that is eternally youthful, soft, delicate, and playful. It creates someone who has a naturally pure and innocent vibe that gives the impression of being delicate and precious. Someone who needs to be shielded and protected from all the unpleasant things in life. In other words, a woman who embodies this essence can be defined as the classic princess archetype. Elle Fanning is a great example of someone who embodies this essence in the way she shows up on the red carpet and in some of the characters that she plays. She is sweet and delicate, and she naturally projects an innocent aura. And now let's discuss some ingenue essence icons. These are the women that are sweet, youthful, and innocent at any age. Some women may not like to embody the ingenue essence because of all the girlish attributes associated with it, but these celebrity examples prove just how beautifully beneficial this essence can be, particularly as we age. The ingenue essence is the fountain of youth, and it really seems as though the women who possess it don't age. Take, for example, Janet Jackson. I had to Google how old Janet Jackson is, and when I read that she is 57 as of this recording, I literally Googled it again because that answer made no sense. But then I realized that the answer makes my point better than I ever could. She's a walking testament to the eternal youthfulness of the ingenue essence. In this collage, I've put effort into organizing the images in order of age, and I'm not sure that I'm correct. Her sweetness and youth are so strong that they're almost additions to her personality. It's the sparkle in her eyes, the roundness of her cheeks, the fullness of her smile, and the overall softness of her features. Janet Jackson embodies the ingenue essence so fully and so beautifully. I watched both of her speeches at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremonies in 2019 and in 2022, where I got a clearer feel for her essence. Even when she speaks, her voice is so soft and sweet that even as a woman in her 60s, she leads with joy and innocence. In all three of these gifts, I see a sense of fun, vibrancy, and playful innocence. I see youthful energy and joy. Janet has very big smiles in two of them, and I think these smiles are so effective in communicating the ingenue essence that is meant to be free from all worry and heaviness at all times. These are the women who look their best when they give you a sense of joy, and without it, something is missing. For example, when they try to do an intensely sexy death stare that looks great on a romantic or dramatic essence woman, they look awkward and uncomfortable. But as soon as they smile and show us their joy, then they look just as sexy and it's completely effortless. In the middle gif, where Janet is playfully dancing but not smiling, I feel like she's seconds away from bursting into laughter, and I find myself wanting to see it because I know how beautiful that'll be. The ingenue essence just wants to be happy and carefree, and those of us observing it just want to witness the sweetness of that embodiment. Now let's talk a bit about Selena Gomez. Selena is a verified theatrical romantic, but she has a strong ingenue essence. Here, I'd like to explore what happens when she tries to lean into the kind of overt sexiness that requires a strong romantic essence to pull off. So, when I originally wrote the script to this video, I used gifts from a different platform that I can't pull and use as I'm making this video. So, I don't have the exact ones that I have on my blog, which I think you should take a moment to go and look at. The point is, those are a lot more sexy in their feel and they make the point I'm making a lot easier. However, I still think it works even with this collection. For me, these gifts are a little bit awkward. I don't fully buy what Selena is selling because this simply isn't her brand of sexy. The innocence of her ingenue essence is like a filter I can't help to watch her through, and my gut reaction is to see her attempts at sexy as cute at best and slightly cringy at worst. It's not that she can't be sexy or that she isn't sexy, it's that she can't be sexy like this. If I picture, for example, Rihanna, Beyonce, or even Jennifer Lopez doing even sexier moves, I get a completely different feeling. In these gifts, I get pure sex appeal. I buy what they're selling because they embody it. Each of these women embodies that grown sexual energy in a way that Selena simply does not. A lot of these moves are actually more raunchy than anything Selena did, but they inspire none of the cringy feelings that watching her did because these women have overtly sexy energy. So there's alignment between what they're doing and themselves. It's not good or bad, it's just about understanding essences and knowing which you can embody and which you cannot. In these gifts, I think Selena is at her best. She seems playful and fun and so incredibly cute. This is also her at her sexiest. In these playful settings and gestures, I feel more of her essence and I get more of the grown woman behind the youthful persona. I'm sure it can be frustrating to feel trapped in a cute overlay as a grown woman, particularly when you want to showcase your edgier, sexier side. However, I think it's vital for ingenue essence women not to fall prey to trying to be what sexy is for other women because it doesn't work for them. When they embrace their essence, that's when they're at their sexiest. What does the ingenue essence look like? Let's look at some celebrity examples. While each of these women has a different Kibbe body type, what they have in common is an ingenue essence. Remember that essence doesn't have a body type. So even though Zendaya is a dramatic, also note that Zendaya has other essences outside of ingenue. And Selena Gomez is a theatrical romantic. And I'm unsure about Elle Fanning and Janet Jackson's body types. But they all have the ingenue essence. They have in common that they look their best when their hair is softly and delicately styled, when their makeup is gentle and blended, and when their accessories are delicate and fun. In short, they look their best when they look youthful and feminine because this honors their ingenue essence. True essence is more important than body type essence. It's important to identify your essences because honoring them matters just as much, if not more, than honoring your body type lines. A huge mistake would be to assume that your body type dictates your essence, meaning that if you're a natural body type, then you must have a natural essence. Case in point, Laura Harrier. As stated before, she's unverified, but I believe her to be a flamboyant natural type. However, she has a dominant ingenue essence, not a natural essence. If she assumed that she had a natural essence and styled herself accordingly, like her hair in natural looking braids, for example, to the left, she would look less like herself. This is evident in these graphics. The first look with the braids is her least flattering because her essence doesn't come through. This is less about the actual style. She looks great in all these hairstyles. It's more about the details of the styling. The first look is too plain and simple. It's natural in essence. It lacks the whimsy and youthfulness of the ingenue essence, and she looks boring in it. The images to the right are from a cover shoot she did with W Magazine. I think the styling team did a brilliant job of capturing her ingenue essence through the delicate flowers surrounding her face in the middle and the white billow sleeves and the snow dust details in her hair to the right. All these things communicate a whimsical sweetness and a youthful innocence, which is the ingenue essence in a nutshell. And more importantly, it's her essence. She comes to life in these images. So, make sure you know your essence or essences so you can style your hair, makeup, and accessories to honor them. This will bring out the best you. If you don't honor them, then even if you nail the body type lines, you'll still look incomplete and dull. Essence can be difficult to define because it is so intangible in nature. I hope this video has been helpful in deciphering what the ingenue essence is and how it manifests in the people who have it. As we dive deeper into these essence analysis, I'd be remiss if I didn't discuss the following. Sensuality does not equal femininity. I think we have come to incorrectly associate femininity with a particular look because of how it's often portrayed and sold to us. I think this is the reason why so many women shy away from the more quote unquote masculine body types in Kibbe and certainly from the associated essences. There's this belief that falling into one of these categories takes away from your femininity, but this is simply not true. Femininity does not have a body type or favorite essence. Femininity is simply the way of being for any woman in her true power. This is true in body types. Dramatic women look their most feminine when they honor their lines and lean into their masculine recommendations. As far as essences, I want to make clear that what I discuss here is a very superficial representation of what it means to be feminine. I can talk about movements, clothing, demeanors, and general ways of being that are more or less feminine as compared to others, but that, in and of itself, is not femininity. Femininity, as I understand it, transcends these classifications. It exists for all of us, and it is clearly visible, embodied by incredible women who fall into every category of body type and essence. And I hope this series hopes to highlight that. Thank you so much for watching till the end. I hope you liked the video and that you learned something from it. If you did, let me know in the comments below. In fact, please do all the things. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and turn on your notifications. If you like this kind of content and want to read more before the next video, hop on over to my website where I have tons of posts for you to read through. Otherwise, from me, none, big love, and I'll see you on the next one.